is Hey Amina. I am so happy that we get to start off the show with this kind of energy. It's just, I am very happy. The mics are officially open. Jen?
Mics are open.
Are they open? They're open? Are yours open? Mic check, 1, 2, mic check. 1, 2. Can they hear you loud and clear? Yes?
Michelle check.
I've got the boys with me in studio. Is this about to be ungovernable? I feel like...
When as family, we know how to behave ourselves. I mean,
we can try and behave.
You could,
We can try.
you could, why are you looking at your
Is it
watch?
after hours?
Why are you looking at the watch? What?
no, I'm not looking at the watch.
He's like, how
let's
long
not
do I have
talk
to
about
be
the
here
watch.
for? Darn, I have to leave. So,
No.
So we have Neville, we have Andy Young, we've got G Money, needs no introduction, and of course we've got Calvin. What's good, Calvin?
Good. How are you?
So I'm good. All of you are on radio.
Yes.
Yes, Neville,
Yes.
you're on radio?
Yes, I am.
Monometry past tense.
Yeah, man.
Why did you say
All on radio.
Actually, here's a running joke, right? So we actually on
Calvin, no.
from 6 to 7 p.m.
For the whole day.
Yeah, all day.
Right,
All
so
of you?
Yeah, like
So-
there's no break.
Calvin and I do morning shows
Yeah.
on different stations. Then Andy takes over mid-morning and then Never takes over drive. So literally,
3 to 7.
we're everything.
You're on drive? You're the full day. And do you get to like drop your podcast at some point during the show?
Twice a week.
Look at that. So these are just stations all over. Okay, the voices I know like, we
What
have
was it?
to.
2.5 million last month?
2
Let's go there.
almost 3 million streams.
How did this even start?
Well, we all, funnily enough, we all used to work together at Homeboys Radio. And we sat there one day, so, we need to start a podcast just in case these guys ever try to sack us. Well,
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing we did that, right? So we started the podcast. Nah, I'm joking. It was just started a podcast just to we had so much content as morning show hosts that some of it we couldn't do on air because it was a
That's
bit,
true.
you know how it goes. So we sat down. We had a brainstorm for like, I'd like to say it was hours. It was like 15 minutes. So we came up with a name.
It was, the name was actually written on a serviette, I think, the first time, yeah. They
Trying
were
to make us sound like
cool.
Picasso.
The mics are off. That was
Picasso.
Where's the serviette? Is it like hang somewhere?
it's
I
It's
wish.
totally
Why are you
I
lying?
think
You are lying.
must have blown my nose with it.
Ah.
Something, yeah, it happens.
Surely.
The mics weren't the only thing open.
Oh, but it's now been how many years?
3.5 years.
2.5 years
Three
from a
and a half
random like idea. You guys were just chilling. You were like, we are so funny, just amongst ourselves. Other people should be able to experience our level of humor because G-Money is right. There's a lot of control, even on TV. There's a lot of control. There are things you want to say. There are jokes you want to take them there, but you
But
can't.
Osoro is funny.
Osoro's constantly trying to get us cancelled. I feel like
That's his job, though.
intention
That's what people like.
on the show
Be
is
edgy.
how long can he get, between him and I used to work with Farid Kimani as well, and he would just...
Shout out to Farid.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
He was a lot. So it's just wonderful to see. So you were saying how many streams last?
So we put out 2 episodes a week. So we have the Monday We're Never Sold. So we can either drop an episode on Monday. This is the audio. So or Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how our schedules are looking. But you will definitely get one that drops on Friday. So 10 a.m. right after we're off the radio, G and I.
Yeah.
Boom, continue to conquer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that goes out on YouTube and on audio as well.
Are people demanding more?
Oh man,
Oh.
it's to the point. It's to the point where, and it's really funny how the transition has been because for me, I don't know how it is for the rest of the man them, but I'm been in the radio industry for a little while, and I'm so used to people saying, gee,
Did you say for a little while?
a little while.
Is that like a British figure of speech?
In a bit.
No. You see, the thing about it is, I'm probably the greatest of all time. So the time
No
has just
lie.
flown, you
No,
know.
Chappelle
Please,
complex.
please,
Yeah,
please.
relax, man.
That's
No,
more like it.
no, but
That's
honestly,
more like it.
but honestly, it's like I've been, and it used to be where people be like, man, I love your show, da-da-da. Now it's like, yo, I love your podcast. Where's Calvin? Where's Neville? Where's Andy? So it's just as the digital world has evolved, we have to evolve with it as well. And anyone who doesn't evolve with it is going to be left behind, you know.
That is very, very true.
true.
Very true. When we see from Netflix when they were trying to sell the idea, there's so many people when it came to cameras, you're trying to sell the idea and they don't see the vision. So now, are you going to do every day?
Well,
The numbers up with just mics.
I like that.
But it's it's something it's a conversation that we're currently having, but we have to consider the fact that we are all working, and this is what people are used to at the moment. Weekly, whenever, so that's something short to keep you going during the week, and then the main episode that drops on Friday. So in future, when the numbers keep growing, when the company keeps growing, when everybody's just, in their zone, I guess it's inevitable. Like, we're gonna be putting more episodes out eventually.
Yeah. I mean, how careful are you guys on the show?
Not careful at all.
Neville, I feel like you should learn.
Yeah, I learned a bit.
You should be the most careful.
Yeah, I learned a bit, but we are careful in the regards where we know what we already want to say. I wouldn't say that we go there and freestyle. Yeah, sometimes it does happen, but most of the time we already know what angles we are going to take. We already know the conversations that we are going to have. So it becomes much more easier. Plus, in the podcast space, I feel as if there's a bit of let looseness that people tune into that is not on like radio and stuff. So that let looseness is what, damn, is that a word? But anyway.
No, I don't know, but it sounds really bad.
It
sounds so bad.
Yeah,
the looseness, if I was the chick saying that, I'm like, the looseness is what makes me
dawari inaongezeka.
Also, but there's a lot of writing that we do. Like we sit down, we write the jokes.
Why are you lying?
That's you, bro. That's you right.
I was so impressed. I was like, it's not.
No, like every week we go into like
we have a group where we
write random
write
things.
stories, But if he's gonna say we sit down and write, I said, so today on the podcast, by the way, we have to pick up Ashley. Ashley's behind there. The newest member of the team.
Yo, they should turn the camera.
Ashley's the newest.
Come on, Sam.
Come and wave.
Run. Come to this
We
side.
just broke the rules.
Where's the camera?
Come closer to the
Wait,
in the middle here. Yep. So
I keep on saying.
Ashley's the newest member of the team.
Yeah.
And she just brought a different kind of energy to the podcast.
Nice.
And the way how we've put our podcast together is that it's like Barcelona 2012. You just rotate the team around, and some weeks I might not be there, some weeks Nev might not be there, Calvin might not be there, but you still have the brand, the mics are open.
Why didn't you say Andy's not going to be?
Andy's never missed a show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Andy
wow.
has
record,
not missed
bro.
an episode.
Consistency.
Yep. Can I say Ashley smells so good? Not that you guys don't. It's just that, like when she came in.
I keep on telling you, a man has no value. He makes value for himself.
Zero.
And I'm sitting the most close.
Let's talk about something a bit sensitive. Neville, it was a month. How many months were you on the show at the time? Officially now? 4 months?
4, 5, 6 months, somewhere there.
Actually, it was 5 months.
5 months, yeah.
Grand opening, grand closing.
And you just left. You didn't leave, but then there was
The
cancel
controversy.
culture that came into play. But it's cancel culture if we talk about it. I mean, people make mistakes all the time. You learn, and you're like, man, I will not say that again. I am sorry if I offended anyone, but to be fired, man, I feel like it's extreme, seeing as you're not the one who had the girl. But anyway, so it happened.
Yes.
What was your takeaway from that? And do you feel like it was a fair action for your company to take at the time?
But we
Wow, the whole episode. The mics are open. We can chop this up, but putting myself back in that particular moment, yes, I feel as if in my story right now I can say it was necessary at the time, but also at the same time, maybe the judgment or the punishment that was put across might have been a bit lenient on one side, which is my side, because I'm just at the beginning stages of my career. I'm trying to be the greatest, like G-Money, he's my mentor and stuff. So I'm trying to build on that road. So just to get cut off, without any sort of recourse, without any sort of, more plans to that, is just like, it was heartbreaking at the time.
Yeah.
But once you understand it, and of course, prayer, nothing but prayer.
You prayed?
Yeah, of course, prayer. I took like 1 month. My mom took me to a place called Heaven's Gate just to pray and just, to get your mind right again. Because after all that turmoil and all that noise, sometimes, your solace is under the wings of Jesus Christ. So for me at that time, it was really, really important. So after prayer, everything else is nice. Now we are on trace, so everything is looking up.
Everything is looking up. But did you see where you went wrong or how you can handle yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, I was wrong. I did play a part in the whole fiasco and initiating it and not even taking control and just stopping it at the moment, because in my career I hadn't yet known those moments when they come.
That's true.
How to handle them in the moment. So I learned from that, and right now, hey, trust me. Trust me, daddy.
You guys will get out.
Trust me, daddy.
Get out the studio.
Yeah, he will be like, I am going home right now. Right now. LGBT, right now I'm going home. We are not talking about this.
An interesting fact is that when that happened, that's when Neville actually joined the podcast. Because we had conversations, because it was the three of us. It was just me, Calvin, and Andy. And we said that at the time, we can't allow our brother to just fade into
oblivion,
silence. So that's when he now joined the podcast, because we said we have to keep him visible. And as you can see, a year and a bit later, he's back on radio. So I think, like he said, you go through the fire, but you come back on the other side stronger.
That is so true.
I'm just excited for this chapter of his career,
it's a blessing and a curse that it happened at the beginning of your career.
True.
A blessing because now you've seen that, wait a minute, kumbe I can survive. Because sometimes when it happens later on, you're like, oh gosh, this is it. And you get suicidal because people don't understand how you could be so depressed. One minute you're this exalted king, and then the next minute they're, hashtag apologies.
1 minute you're being poached.
Next
minute
like I was signing contracts, capital, homeboys.
That is so true. Poached and fried. I love it because you were just poached.
Yep.
So G, what's going on? I saw Corinne was very upset the other day. She tweeted. I just have to ask because people know it's online. And this is awkward for me too.
It's okay.
But I have to. And they were like, if they come for G Money now, people are already demonstrating. Nothing has happened. What's happening at HBR?
I can't believe this is the same Amina as sitting in class with. Right? So Amina was my student. You all need to know that, right?
Yep. Tell them.
Amina was my
going
student.
to say that
And look at her grilling me now. I said on the podcast, nobody can take away what Corinne has done for radio. She, over the last 15 years, she almost single-handedly, and with the help of a station that was believing in the culture, almost single-handedly. Like you talk to Calligraph, you talk to Wangeshi, you talk to TMT, Octo, all those guys. A lot of them got their break on Corinne's show, so that can never ever be erased. Like anybody who tries to think that that's going to be erased or her love for the brand is going to be erased, that's not going to change, As far as saying that, I would just say that when I landed, Corinne was the person who showed me these streets of Nairobi, So we've had good times, we've had bad times, and I wish her the best and everything. But I just know, and I don't even have to say this, her legacy and her contribution to media and culture and just everything to do with radio and hip hop can never, ever, ever, ever be erased.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we celebrate, man. Let's I think her next chapter will probably even be bigger than this chapter.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So are you going anywhere? People are upset already about something that hasn't happened. I don't know if I've seen the tweets. You've seen the tweets,
Yeah,
right?
we've seen the
Neville?
concern, Amina. We've seen the
Andy,
concern.
right? You see them? That's the love right there. People are going to war for you.
All good things come to an end at some point.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, when I started my radio journey, did I know I'd be sitting here with people that have literally played a role in their coming up?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have said that. So even if it was tomorrow, it was next week or next year, I've had a great run, And at the end of the day, like, things like the Mics Are Open podcast, the Good Company channel, our YouTube numbers are ridiculous. We just hit 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
From a revenue perspective,
successful.
It's doing really well.
Yeah. From a revenue perspective, I mean, we're fully tax compliant, so we don't have to.
You don't have to pretend.
We don't have to
exactly.
pretend. We don't have to pretend.
You can just say the truth. Mana Boy said, "Why do we say, I'm okay." No, if you're doing well, you're like, "No, bro, I am doing well. Things are great."
Listen, don't let anybody. I don't know about. I'm just telling you, life is good, and I wake up. I wake up every single day, and I feel blessed and highly favored. God is in my corner. You know, I was very sick last year, almost died. Here I am on the trend with Amina.
Yeah.
I'm living my best life,
Yeah.
and all of us are.
And living
you know
our
what I mean?
best
You should see the cars outside.
Yeah, hey.
We're in town.
Amen.
So I was going to mention I was G-Money student, and everyone here, like G-Money helped us. We wouldn't be here. So if you appreciate us, like you have to appreciate the goat, which is very true.
Giving me flowers.
So here you are now, millions of goodness. As it,
Shillings.
Dollars.
I was going to say streams. And things are looking up. So I want to ask you guys quick questions, real quick, okay?
All right.
Never have I ever ghosted someone.
Never.
Never?
I have.
You have. Andy didn't answer. I feel like he has. He probably is
I have.
ghosting someone right now.
Right now.
I'm
Never have I ever texted an ex out of nowhere.
Never.
I have.
Why do you want to go to hell for small lies? Like we have bigger things. Can you imagine going to hell for lies? Of course you have. Of course you have.
What if I miss you?
Friday
What if
at
I'm
3
wishing you happy
o'clock.
birthday?
Yeah, but at 3 o'clock on
kuna
Happy birthday
Saturday.
at 3
This
o'clock.
guy texted you at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, for 100K. Yeah, sorrow.
Oh, sorry. People are thinking of my ex. God. Never have I ever had a rebound.
Never.
Never?
Rebound.
Never?
Damn.
A rebound is like when you date someone immediately after a long, serious
No, men,
relationship.
but, men don't do that. Women do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's the truth, though. Like,
Never.
we spoke about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Never have I ever fallen in love at first sight.
Never.
Never. So
First
it's just a
minute,
lie?
bro. No, it happens.
It happens?
It happens,
Andy's such
bro.
a
Yeah,
romantic. I love it.
Never.
These guys are like Amina.
It could be food. Yes, I have.
It could be food.
That's what we call
I
it,
mean,
Calvin,
technically,
okay.
it is
Yeah.
food.
So we know the role that Calvin plays on the podcast.
It's
You
okay.
guys were
Tec-
thinking deep. Yeah.
no, because technically you're still gonna eat. Gross. I'm kidding. So never have I ever peed in the shower. I don't even. You know what? We're skipping that one. Never have I ever lied to my boss.
Never.
Never.
We've never lied to our boss.
Really?
I have.
Really?
Damn.
Of course you have.
Of course you
Has to happen.
have.
Yeah, once or
Of course
twice.
you have. Of course you have. Never have I.
These ones, yeah.
Never have I ever used a pickup line. Do you guys use pickup lines when you pick
Nah.
up? No?
Sometimes.
Hardly.
Okay.
We
Hardly?
show up. That's it.
You show up, you're like, hi.
Mike's
They call me money.
No, you know what I do? I just drop my wallet. Yeah.
Does that work? That doesn't work. I don't
Doesn't
think
work.
that has
I'm
ever worked.
joking.
Never worked.
Did you guys watch the debates? Did you
Yes.
catch them?
Yes.
All right, so who are we feeding? Who are we feeding?
State capture. That's what we're feeling.
Okay.
Pardon?
Kunyonga is
Pardon?
not the-
Pardon?
That's what we should have said. Pardon? Amina,
What do you-
pardon? I didn't
You
quite
can't hear me? Then the sound here is not working. No, so like we can now rear snakes, we can keep hyenas.
Yeah.
You know, they're already for in the studio. But they're
balls.
just all.
The balls.
I mean, so then you have to get it from the actual hyena.
Yeah, that's
Where you gonna?
You negotiate.
You're gonna
Hey,
go
Nairobi.
harvest,
201.
Calvin. Are you gonna go harvest?
harvest hyenas.
Yeah.
Balls.
If you were making a lot of,
Come up
if it
with
was
a
like,
pesa,
if it
Calvin.
was like, if
Oh,
it
if
was
there's
like 5
money.
million,
If there's money, sure.
If
Why
there's
not?
money, hell
Like
yeah.
a back end. The back end is looking nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go.
Ready markets.
you're so silly. You guys are so silly. But thank you so much for coming through.
Thank
what,
you.
what do you want to
Thanks for
tell
having
people? You know, when can they? Where can they
Mics are
catch
open
them?
every Friday, 10 o'clock on YouTube on the Good Company channel. It's an irreverent look at life. Also, you can support us by buying our merchandise, micsareopenpodcast.com. We have the hoodies, the t-shirts, the flasks. Big up Grouchy, DJ Grouchy as well.
Yes.
One of our proteges.
Yes, sir.
Right there. He's doing big things on the Wake Up Call, and also we have the Lockdown Session, which is another platform for all up-and-coming DJs. So if you're an up-and-coming DJ, reach out to us. We'll probably give you a spotlight on the channel as well. We're launching a new Fantasy Premier League program next week with Eric and Giroud and Venant. We're doing a lot.
Wow.
We're
I
working.
saw Eric talking to Ozil and I was like, wow.
Eric is
wow,
a superstar,
Yeah.
bro.
Superstar.
Eric
Doing
is
the
a true
thing.
superstar.
Wish. That was
A lot of stuff in the digital world is happening,
Yeah.
and we want to be at the forefront of that. And also, we're about to open the Good Company studios as well,
Yeah.
where people will be able to come and create. So just follow us and let's be part of this journey together, and let's just put the power in the hands of the creators.
Yeah, and
This is insane, man. You know, Jimani was supposed to come for holiday. I go back to
In
the
Kenya.
UK. I promise you, now how many years has it been? It's
It's
like those guys who say, I'm just going to buy milk, and they never
I
come
went
back.
to buy. There's somebody at home wondering where the milk was.
Just talking about the podcast and everything. If NTV want to talk to us commercially.
Yeah?
Yeah, Amina,
Guy.
Amina, we can produce
Calvin,
this
shoot that
podcast.
shot.
Okay.
Yeah, Amina,
No,
we can do
I
your
do.
podcast.
Yeah,
This is my
Mr. Money.
podcast?
Yeah.
Wait, you're
Let's
producing
go.
podcast? I want to do a show with Jumani before he leaves radio.
Again?
I want to do a show with you before you leave radio.
You shooting your shot?
Yeah, I am. You just shot the shot to my boss.
Calvin, you're blocking the shot.
Let's just shoot
What's your
at one
boss's name?
another.
Rebound.
Monica?
Monica. I know Monica.
No, you don't.
Shout going out to Monica.
You
yeah.
don't.
I
know
do
her.
know Monica.
You're confusing her.
I swear I
You're
know
talking
Monica.
about someone else.
No, the one Monica.
Where have you met?
We've met
Because-
in this business.
Oh, okay. Because I
Yes.
was about to be like, not Milan.
Monica.
I don't know which I don't know who you're talking about. That's not my boss.
Yeah.
I want you guys to see this video and then we talk just for a bit. All right. So let's check it out. Is it just me who thought that they looked really young? Well,
looked
the
really young.
guy. Yeah.
Nah, don't judge a book by its cover, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Please,
yo,
if
I
you
love
know,
love,
you
man.
know.
Also, did you see the shoes she was wearing? She's a day one, bro.
Yeah.
She's a day one, bro. She was wearing your
Why
first ones
not?
at the club, bro.
Huh?
She was ready to fight.
She was.
You know, we
She
spoke,
was.
we spoke about this on
the
the
podcast.
on the podcast
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I think my opinion's a bit different, right? I think why she was reacting like that, trying to like get at the bouncers, was because the guy hadn't paid the bill.
Oh my gosh, Calvin.
That's
All
what-
right,
that's
so
what it-
Calvin
that's
is
what
going
it
to
does
be getting
on the
into
podcast.
politics very soon, by the way. So we're
Amen.
going to be seeing that happen.
Governor of Mary's.
Andy, I understand you have the appetite of over.
Wow,
So
where are we
I'm
going
hoping
with
you
this,
open a
Amina?
restaurant.
Appetite ya
It's a
fundi.
legit show.
Appetite ya
God
fundi.
damn, where? My parents are watching, bro.
Appetite ya fundi.
I'm a
Oh,
mind-
appetite ya chakula.
Oh.
No, you
Chakula
guys.
cha roho, chakula cha roho. Okay.
You thought I meant that kind of appetite. How would I know? How would I have known? And then, Neville, you're actually an amazing swimmer. Is that true?
Yeah.
Like
oh,
Olympic
wow.
level.
Damn.
Where are we getting this info
Okay.
from?
Okay.
Guys,
Yeah,
How'd you know all of this?
I was
Don't
born.
worry.
Yeah, I
You
was born at the
I
coast.
have been.
Yeah, I was born at the coast, so I did a bit of swimming here and there.
Okay,
I can't swim.
Hey, Kiswahili changu kiko
You
sawa.
can't swim?
I can swim.
You can swim now.
I
You
learned.
learned how to swim
You
5
didn't.
minutes ago. Don't let somebody lie to you. You learned how to swim 5 minutes
In the
ago.
bucket. In the bucket, yeah, he can. He can swim.
Calvin
he can
can't
swim.
swim.
He can swim. And also to all G Money fans, if he ever asks you, yo, how's the family? He doesn't know you. And honestly, he would wish you would just say hi and just keep it moving. So now that I've said everything about them, please make sure that you check out their
Yeah, this
podcast.
never
The
coming
mics are
back here,
open.
bro.
G
Wow.
Money,
How's the family?
Neville, Andy, and Calvin. Yes, when he's like, yo, so how's the family? Because he will ask
It's
you
true.
individually, how is so and so, how is so and so, how is so and so.
If I ever say how's the family, I have no
No
idea
idea
who you are.
And why you're
And just
talking
give me
to
clues. Just be like, just be like, yeah, the family's 5G. You're like, keep it moving.
It's like, I don't even have a family. I had a cat and it died. It's like, well, I'm sorry. Anyway, but thank you so much. We have to go. We have to take a break right now. We're going to take a break. Calvin, you wanted to say 2 seconds. Say
No,
it.
I was just going to say it's always interesting just to see the reactions. Yeah.
Of people.
Clueless.
Of people? Yeah.
it's open.
Oh, okay. Well, they'll do an event and you guys can come through.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then Ashley will be there as well.
Yeah,
yes?
Ashley.
Yes?
We're gonna
Yes?
do a live.
Okay.